Greetings everyone, Bloody Silver here. I'm giving you an update about the trike that I've been working on. One I really want to upgrade. So I got pre-tinned cable, 12 gauge, 25 foot in both black and red. Pretty cheap. It was good finding that. That will work really nicely for what I need it to handle. The other thing I got here is the pure nickel strip, which is rated. It's a size 0.2 by 8 millimeter, 3 meters of length. The 0.2 by 8 is sufficient for this particular battery pack, so there's not a problem there. So that will be totally fine. If it had a higher draw than 2.1 across every single cell, like I don't know, like 50 amps over each, then I would need to consider thicker stuff or doubling it, kind of thing. Since it's 2.1 per cell on amp draw, continuous amp draw, it's not a problem. I got insulators for the positive end of the cells, possibly even the negative. Make it to where there's less of a chance for what's it called? Bridging the gap, basically. Less chance of a mishap with the misplaced wire. I also have connectors for the charging port. Basically, that's going to replace what's already there for charging. Yes, it may be used for musician standpoint. Says it's for electric guitars, amplifiers, microphones, mixer. Mixers, receivers, electronic keyboards, LED stage lights, speakers, and that's what they have listed on here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I can use these for plugging it in, kind of thing. I also have a thing of insulating paper. Make it to where I can isolate the two halves of the battery pack from themselves. And make it to where I don't accidentally short something. Wish it was a little bit wider, but yeah, it was cheap. It'll do good enough. It's what, a millimeter width, 0.2 millimeter thickness. Can't remember how long it is. But yeah, I also have this insulating foam, which will isolate the battery pack from anything that would possibly damage it. I am probably going to use that with a piece of plastic for the cross member that I mentioned in the other video. So yeah, piece of plastic with that. Keep everything nice and protected, which would be nice. That's all I have on my desk right now. That one that thing of foam not really being on my desk, but you get what I mean. As for anything else that I have right now, I have shrink wrap. I have a thing of shrink wrap that can go over the entirety of the pack. Yay. I have the BMS ordered for it. 36 volts, 20 amps, continuous. I also have, and that's been ordered. I also have the control unit ordered. Yeah, the motor controller, which comes with a new head unit, a headlight, a throttle, horn and light button, and 2 brake handles. I'm only going to need one. So yeah. I also have the cell holders that will hold the whole pack together, make it where it's evenly spaced and everything. They're the hexagonal type, not the square, so I'll be able to squish the battery pack a little tighter than with the square version. So instead of this, holes are offset where it's staggered. Kind of thing. Yeah. Those will be here early September, within the first 2 weeks. Same with the new charger, which will go with those plugs. If you're wondering why I am not assembling things right now, is mainly because mind word, please. For one, I need to put I am tired. So, I'm pretty much going to need to start with the plugs. And in order to get those done right, I need to know which side the voltage, which way the voltage comes out of the plug. So, once I figure that out, I can wire these up with the cable and all. Get it to where I can then wire in the BMS and the controller. I can and okay, one of the ways I think is gonna one of the things I think is gonna happen there, because I want to make sure there is no path of resistance or anything whenever I'm charging or discharging, so I am going to end up basically making a wiring harness in the shape of a Y. Charge goes in, meets the battery pack, goes back along and branches off to the controller. So set of wires. Do I have a piece of paper right here? One moment. I think I can draw this up for you guys. Alright, figured something out. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw on the box here. So, ooh, I could really use a phone stand. So, and a better pen. Yep, that's better. Okay. Think the charging is here. I should have pre-drawn this. Battery's here, and in between, bridges off to the motor controller. Now, I'm not gonna do two wires and anything like that. Wait a minute. Might be okay. So BMS's. So on a BMS, you want, okay, so you wire the positives up or a certain way. Yeah, you're gonna have to do what I just talked about with the positive, but the negative I think is a little different. But yeah, you're gonna end up having to one wire off the battery with an amp in between. Not an amp. One of those stinking fuses. Yeah, I am really tired today. One of those fuses in between the battery and the wire here. Probably gonna have a connector in there between the fuse and the battery. I really need to put a script to this so I can do better. But yeah. Do that for the positive side. I'm gonna have a connector in between these and the harness. So that I can easily disconnect it from the harness if I ever need to replace it, or if I just need to replace the harness in general. Might work. and where the wire branches off from that. So think about it like this: you want power to go towards the battery unimpeded, not have it branch off. So when you're gonna basically right there for a second. There we go. So battery, motor controller, you're basically going to connect them like that, and then have the charging come in like this on the positive. BMS gets wired on the negative side of things, so you don't have to worry about that part. Just follow the instructions kind of thing. But yeah, why have it in this basic Y configuration? Power goes through here to the battery. Oh no, I got it wrong. It's this way around. Power goes into the battery. Perfectly fine. But when you want the power from the battery, it will go through and go into the motor controller without it trying to backfeed and such. Yes, it kind of sounds a little ridiculous, but it's a reinsurance, basically. People want to make sure things work, and that's one of the easiest ways to do it. Path of least resistance. But yeah. Oh, cells. 21700 cells. I still need to order those, so don't have those yet. But yeah. One of the things I am thinking about doing is 3D printing some some blanks that are about the size of those cells, and putting them in the corners of the pad of the grid holders, and you know, basically putting them together with the proper spacing and everything, and seeing if it will fit nicely in the spot where I need to put it. So I am thinking about doing that. Yes, I do have a 3D printer. It's a good quality one from Bamboo Lab, but yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, see how it works out, and see if I need to do any adjustments to what I'm doing. Oh, right. Think of the battery pack, this as the battery pack, and the BMS will probably be on the side here. Mainly because thing's gonna be on the battery pack's gonna be resting on the bottom of the trike, and there's gonna be that bracket across the top. So it's got to go on the side, and I don't want, if I'm going to have clearance issues on the side where the bracket goes down, I'm going to want it on the side. So I am definitely going to have to figure that out. But it should be easy enough. Like with how most people do the battery management wires, it's going to be tabs off this side to keep an eye on all groups. I think it is. I think all the parallels. I think. Yeah, all the parallels. Because the series is the power. Where all the amperage comes from, I think. Excuse the noise real quick. This is a really crappy monitor for my computer, so it's not exactly nice. Versus parallel. Here's the diagram. Series. Series is the voltage. Okay. Well, parallel is the average. I am tired. So yeah. So we have that. Yes, in a single integrated battery pack, you connect the BMS balance sense wires to every series step between cells or parallel groups to monitor and balance each individual voltage. Okay. So, yeah, yeah, because you want to monitor the voltage of the entire pack, so yeah, you would do it across the series. Quite interesting when you do research on this stuff. It's been a while since I had to do this kind of research, so I had to look that back up. So yeah. So with the battery pack I'm making, it's gonna be two 5S by 10 piece packs, or should I say cell packs, put together with insulating material between them, so it's not to cause a short. So you would probably ask why two 5S 5P and not 10S 5P. It basically cuts the voltage in half between both packs, makes it to where it's more manageable and not likely to shock the ever-living soul out of you. Can't swear here, sorry guys. Keep it family friendly. But yeah, it makes it safer to deal with. I should, if I'm going to do it that way, I should make a really neat. Yeah, I really should make a disconnect for that. Yeah, split the battery packs, battery voltage in half, so it's even safer to work with. So when you're fixing something, it doesn't end up doing that to you. Sorry, mine's thinking of how I would do that. It probably would be a good idea to just connect them. But yeah, that would be an interesting way of doing it. Sorry, reading the stuff about the battery tabs really real quick here. But yeah, connectors and such go to the BMS. Battery negative goes to the BMS. Does that charger? Not charger. Does the lead go directly to the charger? I need updates. It's not that package. It is. Oh, right, controller is a S6-61. Pretty generic. Really terrible. Or, not bad. Viewer. There we go. That should take me to the BMS. Where about the BMS itself? Yeah, from what it looks like, you got the B negative, which is battery, then a P positive, and I think a C, not P negative, not P positive, and I think something close to a C negative. I don't know how they have it. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. B negative, connect the main negative battery pack cable to B negative. Connect your loads / chargers to P negative or C negative. And the plug in the thin balance sense wire. Wire sequentially from the negative terminal up to the positive terminals of your cells. Okay, so I'm guessing P negative would be your loads, and C negative is your chargers input. Awesome. From the sounds of it, you could connect both, but I want to be cautious on that kind of thing. Definitely need to look through some stuff. Now we can get rid of the buzzing in the background. I am looking at getting a new monitor. Not right now, but I have some saved. But yeah. The hexagonal battery holder is definitely going to be interesting, because instead of going just instead of bridging straight across and kind of like a ladder kind of thing, it's going to be the best way to put it is a italicized ladder. Alternating in different directions, opposing directions. So yeah. Ooh, this video's already gotten pretty long, and I'm probably gonna have to figure out how to edit it. Hmm. Uh, tired. I probably need to get dinner pretty soon. So I am definitely all over the place. But yeah. As soon as the rest of the parts come in, as soon as I get those cells ordered, I should be able to get everything put together for you guys to see. I'll do my best to video it. I definitely need to get a better camera for stuff like this, or possibly even a tripod. So yeah. I do have a camera saved, it's just not in my wheelhouse right now. Have fun, guys. Tell me what you think about the project, and have fun.